Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Deep True Crime, where we explore the current cases and past cases and go deep into what happened in those moments. The best we can, of course. Here is my focus: to help you stay on top of what you need to know, what to be aware of, how to stay alert. I'm no expert at things, but I tell you, you'll always want to be aware of your surroundings, right? You want to be aware of those you're trusting. Some people you can, some people you cannot, right? And that's the whole focus of this channel, to keep you updated. And we got some news. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, my friends. We're going to dive right into it because I want to keep you updated on what is going on out there. That's a big part of why I do this. The next story I want to share is the Catholic store shooter. Here in the local area, here in my local area, about 3 years ago was when I remember this in the news. I totally remember this in the news. And now he's finally sentenced to life in prison without parole. So Thomas Bruce is sentenced to life in prison for the Catholic store killing and assaults. So he went into a Catholic store. Now, he's a former pastor as well. He's a former pastor who did this. And so he walks into this Catholic store and he walks around, grabs a few items, goes up to the counter, tells the lady, the cashier, I gotta go to my car. And he comes back with a gun. And holds up these, I believe, 3 women. 2 women. Hold on. It might be 3. Yeah, 3 women. So he holds up 3 women. And here, Thomas Bruce, he holds up 3 women. And he sexually assaults all 3 women. Or 2 women. The one woman that refused to go with his orders, she was shot in the head. She was killed after she refused his sexual assault. Rest in peace, Jamie Schmidt. And Jamie was not going to do it. She obviously knew what was at stake. She was not going to do it. And he killed her for it. Sad as that can possibly be. Rest in peace, 53-year-old Jamie Schmidt. And so she died in 2018 when this occurred. And so this past Friday from today, he changed his plea, admitting to this heinous crime. Now, he was going to start his trial next week because he went in and said, I'm innocent of this. He pleaded not guilty. And they were going to start the trial next week. What do you suppose changed that? So, he changed his plea because of an incident that he did a couple months earlier in Jefferson County. In Jefferson County, he did this same thing to a woman. And so he was being held against that as well. And when he was being charged for this Catholic supply store shooting, the lady in Jefferson County recognized him on the news when they were sharing this, when they were reporting on this. She recognized him, and then she called the authorities to tell them about him doing that to her. And so this guy was in the news a lot. I wouldn't say a lot, but like this was the 3rd time he's done something crazy. So in 2018 seems like where a lot of it was falling apart for this guy. And earlier in 2018, he was involved with a road rage incident. Where he deliberately caused a crash on US Highway 61. Wow. Right? And there's dash cam video footage of him just berating the Missouri State Trooper and just really basically shouting at him and saying, "You work for me," one of those people. "I pay your taxes, mother effer." And that was his quotes to the responding officer about a crash that Thomas Bruce caused. And so not only was he a former pastor, but he is also a Navy veteran. He must have really, something must have really started taking some twist in this guy's life. You know, I'm not a psychologist. I don't want to try to play one, but I know that people can have hiccups or issues that go through them internally they cannot control. But you have to pay the price for whatever you cause. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. And so it's obvious that these tips, especially from the 77-year-old woman who recognized him on TV after the Catholic supply store shooting, her tip into the easily helped cause some of this, that he was convicted and even changed his plea, because he was definitely going to go down for this. No doubt about that. And so he is sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. And here is a picture of him again. He was 56 years old, and he's from Imperial, Missouri. And this incident at the supply store is right there in Ballwin, where I'm literally there I am there just every day, literally every day. And so he was convicted. He will spend the rest of his life without the possibility of parole. And so there you go. He will be gone in there for a while.